Hey guys, TheMeInTeam here. Welcome to another Starcraft 2 match. And this is going to be a one-on-one. I'll be in the red. My opponent will be blue, Shilou or something like that. And so we have another Protoss mirror match. This time a little bit higher in the Diamond League, but still not too high. Still like low to middle Diamond League. We're getting there. And it's going to be the 2-gate opening for me as well. Yeah, I'm going to go to the 2-gate opening. Always looking for a little bit of early aggression possibilities when I do this opening. I rarely see that possible against Protoss. But I would imagine I could ruin his day a little bit if he just totally skimped on the early Zealot and waited until he had a Stalker out or something. So Shilou down there is just scouting with a probe. I like scouting a little bit later. You don't really see anything too important in this matchup right away in the game. And you get a couple extra minerals if you just stay there early, you know? Because what's he going to do, proxy me? I'm going 2-gate, which apparently he is also. But if he wasn't, and he was proxying me or something, I am going 2-gate. So I'm going to be able to defend it on a blind scout. It doesn't matter. And there's, what else could he do? Cannon rush? No way. Not with me getting a Zealot out like this. He would only be able to start building the cannons now, so he'd have to literally build them right in my face or it wouldn't work. And I would just do a run by with a couple Zealots and own him in his base. Really not a lot to say there. I did miss him going there. But yeah, I scout the chrono boost on the gateways, and that's always a little bit suspicious to me. I'm actually got my patrol circle trapezoid polygon, got my patrol polygon going on here, and it will give me view of the fact that he's chrono boosting Zealots. So I'm not going to be able to do any expansion builds here. There's no friggin' way. Our APM is terrible. I always wondered what his was, but there you go. So he's training Zealots, and that makes me nervous. So I chrono boost out some Zealots of my own. I am going to have an advantage just on travel distance, of course, and I'm up on supply. Am I up on harvesters? I am. He cut early probes to do this, and I did not cut early probes to defend myself. I just built a second gateway. Now, I can see this being a really big problem. A lot of times, Warp Gate's just getting started here. In fact, he hasn't even finished this, but Warp Gate's just getting started. You might have one Stalker, maybe, one Zealot, that kind of stuff. So this 2-gate could cause problems sometimes if you're not careful. But yeah, he ran into the Zealots, and seeing that I actually had more Zealots than him and a shorter line of reinforcement, he just backed off. So actually that cost him quite a bit, comparatively. And I am getting my gas a little bit faster. I've realized that once you have so many probes, I just want enough probes where I'm not losing out on mineral income, because mineral income is how you build up your economy. And sure enough, I have it there. So, now I'm getting gas, just because, what do I have here? I have the full 16 plus, I have 18 probes on minerals, and the one that's not perfectly efficient, it's not too bad. And yeah, I moved some gas, and I'm going to bring some more probes in there. So I'm going to be fully saturated on the first base pretty soon. And I'm going to look for opportunities to take a second, but with him going the early pressure, I'm not trusting my odds here on being able to expand, especially after I was given some tips by my viewers that you are not safe to expand in high-level Protoss games. So I'm just going to, pump some units. I have plenty of Zealots, so it's just a matter of other things. Staying ahead of my opponent in supply and workers and everything. Should be alright. I am scouting for an expansion here. So I scout expansion. Nothing. He's accruing an awful lot of money. I'm not sure why he's doing that. Yeah, if he expanded, I'd be hitting him pretty quickly. I am starting to train some Stalkers of my own, as well as Sentries. Sentries right now is just a transitional thing, because I am a little bit slow to get to the more advanced tech. So things like Stalkers could kite my Zealots to no end, but it's a little bit too early for my opponent to be getting Blink. So if he got up the ramp, I could just force field him and kill him with my Zealots. So I'm basically just playing defense until I can get enough Stalkers of my own to be a credible threat, which is not going to take very long. The other thing I noticed is I'm scouting down here now, right? And I see no units and I see warp gates. And I'm like, ah, crap. So immediately, or relatively close to immediately, I'm going to check over here. And, yeah, sure enough, he's warping stuff in there. So that's not cool. Where am I going here? Or maybe, either I scouted it already. Yeah, I scouted it already. Okay, well that's good. I missed how I scouted it, but I suspected it was there. I'm pretty sure I just sent a probe over that way and realized the stuff was here. So now he's going to see this and start shooting this pylon. But that's okay because I'm going to kill this pylon. So we're going to trade pylons there. And looking at the army, this is not good news for him. He has 2 more stalkers than me. But 3 of them are not at his base, whereas all my stalkers are with me. And I have more zealots. So the 4 gate's not going to help him out here. Of course, I'm also 4 gating. Normal gateways, not warp gates. But when I ran the calcs from the Team Liquid forums, the only real advantage the 4 gate will give you if you upgrade them to warp gates is if you're pressing an early attack, because you can warp reinforcements closer. You can actually spend all your money on 4 standard gateways very easily. And we're going to see that here, as my unspent is not going to get too high. I'm red, so I'm even lower. And yeah, I'm up on the unit count, up on the supply count, still up on the worker count. And I'm just going to replace my supply and continue to build up. And it's whoever expands first or flinches first loses this match. I've pulled even on the stalker count, surprisingly. I still have my sentries. And yeah, the Zealot Sentry isn't too common in this matchup, which is why I'm transitioning. Stalkers will run circles around Zealots unless you have charge, and even then Stalkers will beat charge lots in general. I am getting my +1 armor upgrade. I already have the +1 weapons. He's chrono boosting Blink, which is an interesting choice, and I can see it, I guess. So we're still working fairly even tech, fairly even units. I mean, this is just 4 gate on 4 gate. Classic Protoss action, baby. With the one exception of him not going armor. He's just going +1 weapon. Or maybe he'll go +1 armor, I don't know. Right now he doesn't have anything. I'm kind of curious if he attempts to do that. And yeah, this the 4 gate's really not doing much for him. You're money locked. So it's not like it matters. Yeah, that you get these other 2 warp gates. And again, unless, like I said, you're relying on it to warp in for reinforcements. So it does have that advantage, and that's a big advantage. Unless you're playing defensively in the early goings and just looking for an opportunity to attack. And building a Twilight Council of my own, this will allow me to get further upgrades. And it will also allow me to research charge lots. And since I have a hefty investment in Zealots, 3 more than my opponent, and an 18 supply in Zealots, I might as well get charge. I might as well. Still up on Harvesters, although it's pulled a little even since we're both saturating our mains now. Otherwise, it's reasonably even armies. For some reason, I'm ahead of him. I guess just because I had an early lead that just stuck. And now I'm just applying extra stalkers on top of the Zealot advantage. But I really don't understand why I have a lead on him here. I guess he's just slipping on macro. It's the only thing I can imagine. So here we go. Now we have a confrontation. Warp gates, if he had like a pylon here or something, he could reinforce quickly. But when it comes to this, like in this particular matchup, the warp gate versus the gateway tech, really not that big a deal. In fact, it's not doing anything for him to have warp gates in this particular situation. Now, if he had proxy or something, he could do it, but I kind of ruined that. Anyway, I do have +1. He only has the, I have +1/+1. He has only +1/+0. Is he? Yeah, he's getting armor upgrades. He's just behind on them. Probably not a good idea to engage here when I'm up on both supply and on armor. And yeah, I mean, he can blink there, but my Stalkers will shoot back, so I don't know what he's doing. Run away! And he's going to run away. But I'm going to notice that I have a sizable lead here, and just chase him. Might as well. My Zealots look at me sight, my Stalkers can reach, so he has to blink away again. And I'm actually going to pull back here. I probably should have just kept pressing. But it doesn't really matter because he's going to come out and chase me, and he blinks into this. Oh, that was terrible. That was not something he should have done. And yeah, we'll force him to GG out. He has lost virtually all of his units. He's behind on harvesters, behind on really everything. And yeah, he quit before I could GG. So I was like in text chat GG, and then he's out of the game. It's like score screen. And I'm like, no, I want to get my GG off. So that's what I did. And that will be a good game. So thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. TheMeInTeam signing off.